Radical. Radical. Radical.
I did a bit of a experiment, all right? Never done this before, but I flipped a coin, all right? I had two potential topics I was going to discuss. One was going to be that upload generation play made about me. I don't know if they mentioned me directly, but they made it about me. And the other was the third in the trilogy. I was going to have three of these on SmashJT, his video, the 48-hour challenge epic fail. Flipped a coin, landed tails up. So here we are, right? Here we are. Sometimes you got to do an experiment, right? You got to just try things out. Speaking of an experiment, right off the bat, SmashJT talks about how it was an experiment he pulled. What he pulled was not a stunt, it was an experiment, right? He just wanted to light a fire up people's butts on his channel and just do like a week experiment, you know, for a week and see how it was going to work and everything. Let's call it what it was. It was a stunt. You pulled a stunt and you're now trying to backtrack it and call it an experiment. Also, a thing he mentioned here was it had nothing to do with him wanting to get more money on Patreon. Okay, let's say, all right, I'll bite for a second. Okay, I'll bite the cookie you're trying to feed us, all right? Let's say you just wanted to pull a stunt to get more views on the channel, and you thought this was a way to do that. There are a lot of people that points at the fact that whenever you put things behind a paywall, or say that you're going to put things behind a paywall, if people have to pay for that, they have to pay for Patreon, okay? When you put your videos behind that, it is a paywall. Now you can see how people would maybe come to that conclusion very easily because you're paywalling off your content. It's never a good thing, okay? Never a good thing. And it shows that you don't have a base level respect for your audience. All right, you try your hardest, your level best. You even kind of pat yourself on the back at certain points in here that I'll get into later. You try your level best to explain away all of this, to explain it away, but it's very obvious you are purely focused on views. All right, it is about views that you want. You want views more than anything else in the world on your channel. It's very obvious. This is where I'm going to interject and maybe talk about my own channel for a second, and maybe you'll draw something from this. Maybe you will, right? There will be times on your YouTube channel, up times, down times. There'll be up weeks, periods where you're getting more views than you can handle, more comments than you can handle. Then there'll be down weeks. There'll be times where you get to upload a lot, times where you don't, get to upload. There's ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But the one thing you have to focus on, the one thing I focused on through the years, is the audience. Doesn't matter if it is a big audience, small audience. Through the years, I have focused on that audience. Hell, I have a show called Comment of the Week. I'm working on a new one, focusing on the audience, being appreciative to the audience. And they feel that, and they get that. With you, after pulling a stunt like that, I would not be surprised if you lost a lot of your audience, because you kind of reveal yourself as being someone that is just focused on just getting more views, focused on growing your Patreon, and yes, focused on getting money, more money to that Patreon. If you didn't want more money from your audience, then you would get rid of your Patreon. You would never promote your Patreon. You would never talk about it. Obviously, very obviously, you want to grow the channel because you in turn want to grow that Patreon up, whether you want to admit it or not. We can all see it. We can all sense it. I'm not saying you don't, like your audience to a level. I'm not saying you don't care about your uploads. I'm not saying that. But it's very obvious here that you care about the numbers, the figures. Growing, 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 growing. That's what you want to do. It's very obvious you're jealous of bigger channels. You want that. Hell, you've admitted you want that. I'll get off my soapbox here. I hope you don't see that as hate. You once called me having hateful bubbles and things like that. I'm trying to do this as professionally as I can. Hell, I've scribbled things on the back of a Post-it note. Taking an upload down for a game that is good is not getting much attention. That's not a good thing. I agree with you there. Okay, I agree with you. The subliminal, whatever that indie game was and everything, probably not a whole lot of uploads about that game. So if you really like that game, it's not doing a service, to the makers of that game. I get that. I understand that, right? So I'm glad you came to that conclusion. I don't think you were thinking about that, though, when you were pulling your stunt. Last thing I'll bring up here, Smash, is from creator to creator, is a frustration sometimes. I think every YouTube creator, regardless of who they are, at some point, even PewDiePie was frustrated he wasn't getting a lot of views in the beginning. And sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes you got people on this platform that are straight garbage, fucking garbage, and you know it, and they get a lot of views. One of your buddies, the Quartering. Do you think he really deserves the views he gets? Okay, really? Do you think, honestly, Smash? Probably. Here's what would happen. You would probably kiss his fucking ass, but after kissing his ass, you sit down going like, well, fuck it, I'm better than fucking Quartering. Okay? You won't verify it, but I know that's how you probably feel. All right? You're bitter. I get it. But the thing you got to understand is, and I say it many times, if you aren't here to have fun, you shouldn't fucking be on this platform. All right? I have fun most all the time, even responding to triggered idiots in my comment section. It's fun for me. Okay? Some days, would it be cooler to get some more views? Some days do I look at the channel and I go, I don't think I deserve that many views that day. What happened that day where I was getting a lot of views? It goes up and down, it goes up and down. That's the ride on YouTube. Okay, it's not fair. Smash, it ain't fair sometimes. But count yourself lucky that you have an audience. Especially after pulling fucking stunts. Especially after taking money from your own audience with things like Patreon. Like, dude, I try to get it through to people that you have to look at people and what they're doing on their channel. Are they pulling stunts? Do they have a Patreon? Are they taking in charity donations from their audience for just talking about things? You check a lot of these boxes. And it's frustrating because sometimes I generally do, I think entertain is too strong of a word, right? But I'm curious to sometimes check out your uploads, all right? I can tell you do sometimes try really freaking hard. But you know what? For whatever reason, it ain't working out. It ain't working out. Maybe, you ever stop to think maybe you just need to go in different directions? Possibly. Maybe be a little more genuine. Sometimes if you're genuine and it comes across to people and it's real, then people will sometimes view and subscribe your videos because they're like, hey, this guy, he's a straight talker, But I tell you what, you are not going to get anywhere. Well, to you it's about numbers, right? How about this? Set different goals. How about let's set a goal of genuineness for you? That's the goal we're going to set. Okay? Not views, not subscribers. Forget all that shit. Okay? Base level, let's just see if you can be more genuine with your audience. How about that?